Yeah.
Community factor should be well versed in.
Yeah, well. We used to play with the officers for a long time. For a while. All right. Well, good evening. It's called to meeting to order. It's 18:33. Let's do roll call. Chair is here, vice chair is here, secretary is here, Barton's here, Judy's here, Pedro's here, those are here, and Mr. James is absent.
Excuse me, not excuse.
Okay.
Excuse me, not excuse.
Do I have to say right now whether he's excused or not excused? He hasn't contacted me, so I don't know.
Maybe he might be.
No, somebody walking out.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he might be.
Here's some meetings running late.
yeah, I'll reach out to him, and see if,
Let me know, because I have to keep that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, so everybody will know what Ed has to do now is, there's been a rule change, and basically if you have three unexcused absences, or three absences in a row, whether excused or unexcused, they
Yeah.
remove you from the committee.
3 in a row.
Three in a row, whether excused or unexcused.
So what's the other rule of it not being here? That's
It's
the only
like,
rule?
it's five
Ever?
Year.
for the year.
Oh, that's a lot of absence. That's half the time. Okay, all right. I was excused last time. I was at the Educational Advisory Board Awards.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the record.
On the
Gary,
record.
Gary was excused as well, so for the last, yeah. All right, please stand for the pledge of allegiance and one stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
please take your seats. Right, order, do we have any public comments?
Yeah, no one's here.
No one's here? All right, moving right along. Order of business, any deferrals, additions, and deletions, and I think we need to start putting the golf thing on there as a reminder. The golf tournament you want to run. And
So is that gonna be new business?
I think we're gonna add that as new business, and also, are we planning to do a reindeer run this year?
Yeah.
It should be added because we need to do the benefit compensation and details there.
All right, so
Golf and reindeer run.
this one, I want to make a motion to add.
One more thing, we could discuss the budget for the next fiscal year, so that we can do business as well.
All right, so new business A will be the golf tournament proposal,
So 9A, right? 9A?
9A.
Remind
9B will be reindeer run.
It's kind of confusing because there's A, B, C, D on the events.
Yeah, we'll just move that to
Okay.
Reindeer run, you'll
9B
9B.
and the budget, let's see.
And what was the last one? The
Budget.
budget was. The motion to add that to the agenda. On the floor, does anyone wish to say?
Second. You know,
Yeah.
I know,
No.
it's just second, just right out the IO for something. All in favor?
I,
All right. Let's review and adopt the minutes from May 20.
motion to approve my, general committee, minutes, May 1st.
Second.
All in favor?
I,
Pass. Okay, old business veterans banner application. I saw that we were gonna set up a subcommittee. Is that what we're gonna do or was? That was it, we're going to do?
I think you already canceled the subcommittee meeting.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to work out. And
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. Okay, so
I will say for the veterans banners, Miami Lakes Auto Mall came in with a donation check to cover the complete expense from HA Visual, Mr. Frank Senna, so,
yeah,
yeah.
that's, yeah, he does it every year.
Mhm.
It's fantastic. All right. I'd like to make a motion. We have some veterans banners. And it's just some guys in suits and not in uniform. And I think we should make it a requirement that if you want a veterans banner, it should be you in a uniform, you know? And if a veteran says they don't have a picture as I'm in uniform, I immediately become suspicious if
Red flag.
they're a veteran at all.
Right,
Because you get pictures at boot camp, you get pictures at your MOS school,
Sure,
you get
everywhere.
official photographs.
even like the one,
Yeah, exactly. So, I'd like to make a motion that way, you know, I mean, I understand that, you know, that, that picture that may be up there of them when they served may not look at the way they look now. Like when I see Larry's. And I see Gary's and I see Pedro and I go, you know, when I see Pedro's picture, I go,
I
who's
was
that?
18 years
Who's
old.
that 15-year-old boy? Who's that 15-year-old boy in an
Down
army
there
uniform?
waiting around. I was wondering.
You know, so it's one of those, you know, I understand that, but I think it adds to it, you know, and if you see, you know, there's two that come to mind, one guy's in a pink suit and another guy's in a white.
pink suit, yeah.
And I'm like, come on, guys, you know, I know you have to have pictures of you in uniform
Yeah.
who can. So I'd like to make a motion that we amend the application process and say that the picture that's submitted must be in uniform.
Okay, second.
All those in favor?
I,
Motion passes. Okay. Item B is the reallocation of the reindeer run funds. We need an additional $3,500 to fund the veteran monument plans. I made two recommendations. Possible sources to reduce both the American Legion Post and the Scholarship Fund by, you know, whatever, you know, $1,700 each, whatever. Or to take it out of the scholarship fund completely, leaving just about almost $8,000. How are we doing on the scholarship fund applications, by the way, do we know?
We don't have that one.
One?
Application, right?
Yeah, we only have one reapplication, and I'm not surprised. There's not really that many veteran
Yes.
families.
can they
Yeah.
reapply from previous years or rules about that?
Yeah, well, that's actually a reapplication.
Oh,
Just here.
they
Only
have-
applications.
The only application we
fine.
have.
Last name start with the letter C?
Yes, it's for it.
It
Was,
is.
was,
It is.
No, or the coop?
yeah, the coots are all.
No, not the
graduate.
coot.
They're all graduate.
They're like graduate school.
No, it's not the coot.
If they're in graduate school, it's still school.
I think it's Jeff, I think it's Jeff
Air conditioning
Correa
store.
or like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Medical school, doesn't
So
matter.
maybe, I mean, obviously, we have to commit whatever we have to do, but maybe moving forward, like, refocus that more into the Veterans Park. You know what
I
mean?
think so. I
Maybe
think
make it a
so.
set amount for the scholarships. like,
Yeah, I mean, I think we
whatever
should,
be, and
yeah.
Whatever's unclaimed goes, then rolls into the,
Yeah.
yeah,
Veterans Monument. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of. What is it?
Grace Fernandez.
doing them.
Grace Fernandez?
Oh, is it what's the relation to the veteran?
They replied before, the mom is Lourdes Fernandez,
Lourdes? Was that Lourdes,
said-
our Lourdes, our old Lourdes that was? No.
She's not a veteran.
Well, either way, I'll bring the application when you're all ready.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so far, she, you know,
Who's the
it
veteran?
ends 1 July.
So,
Sorry, this-
knowing that the money that goes to the American Legion actually goes to veterans, right? And
Yeah, they use
a
it.
Bunch of people,
Yeah,
right?
they-
As opposed to would, should we just not move it from this, can we move it from the scholarship fund entirely?
Can we just leave?
Yeah, we can.
We can
I
leave.
mean,
it-
we can
leave
allocate
for
however.
One
we want.
scholarship.
Yeah,
That's,
Yeah, that's what I think we should, because we know the American Legion Post. I mean, I can think of 5 guys who are ready to take
yeah,
loans.
of course.
You know, and folks who need it. Okay, so I make the motion that we allocate that $3,500 from the scholarship fund. To fund the Veterans Monument Plan.
Second.
Set by the IO. All those in favor?
I,
All right, so.
So we're that's a line item that's being moved, right?
Yeah.
In the budget,
Right, so we're a motion to, for the Veterans Monument, right?
Right.
That's what we're doing, the 3,500.
So now they have the money, because Jeremy and, Ed Peterman told me they need that 3,500 to move forward on
So that-
plans. So now we have that money.
That
So
That
they can
goes
move
from
forward on plans.
five
So we
K,
just moved it out of the scholarship.
We just moved out of the scholarship, we moved 3,500 from the scholarship fund.
Right.
And that leaves 77,780. So
That-
that person's the only one who applies, getting that. full
Why don't we,
7,000.
I think we should look at, like, what was last year's each, what did it come to each?
There's like 10,000.
I would have to ask for that information.
That's a really good point.
Let's
That's a big
get that
windfall.
each, and let's save that amount for that one that we have, and that's
Yeah.
it, close it, and then pay it out, and then put the rest in.
Well, the period ends 1 July. So,
So there's not like a scholarship line item, so it would come out of 5K for the
Yeah.
monument, so just for.
It's
the
coming from
minutes.
5K, yeah,
Right.
from 5K to the Veterans Monument, right?
Right, which is like the main.
Yeah.
And 5K is where the scholarship money will sit as well.
Right, so whenever the amount is decided, that would go into contributions and like the grants and aid,
Then we'll-
the money coming out of the
okay,
bed.
so let's make a motion that the scholarship awarded per person will not exceed $2,500.
Okay, I make a motion that.
Yeah, hold on, hold on, hold on.
See $2,700.
That to me is new business.
You know, you know what I'm saying? Because in that way,
I agree.
if we only have one applicant, they get $2,500,
Yeah,
and then
that's
whatever
Which is
extra money we have, we can then reallocate either to the monument or, a veteran in need of American
Or-
Legion.
144, right.
Yeah,
So the maximum will be 2,500.
Make a motion?
Okay, hold on, hold on, because I want to make sure we got the line item, so it's going to be.
Hey.
Non-excused Or unexcused.
everyone's here.
Better late than never.
There's no traffic. Air. It's so bad.
It is bad in traffic, just right. Right.
So it's going from the 5K, which I see going into, but where's the line item for
It's,
the park?
um,
Because I don't see it here.
this is the name.
I mean,
It's the one that has the.
The car is coming there.
this one.
They didn't add a line
The
item.
car is
It's the
coming there.
next- the grant committee,
Okay,
that line
that
item
one?
with the 32, so it's the reallocation.
Okay,
That's
so from the 5K to the, all
Veterans Affairs, right, that's the
Okay.
money that's been saved,
right, so that's done. That's what we already approved and all that.
right, the 180.
And now there's another motion,
Yes,
limit the scholarship to.
Judy's made a motion to limit the scholarship per applicant to $2,500.
Second.
Seconded by the item. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so if we only have one applicant, then we will have, and the money stays the same, we'll
Correct.
have somewhere around $2,230 left.
Oh, what line was it, Correa or Fernandez?
It was
Fernandez.
Fernandez, is the one that,
Oh,
but the
okay.
line hasn't passed yet, so we might get,
Yeah, we may get
Yeah,
another
yeah, wait,
applicant.
wait, yeah.
Yeah, we may get another applicant.
So the maximum would be
2,500.
Each, yeah.
Yes.
If it's less, it's less, depending on how many we get, yeah.
Well, we'll see the application, we'll see the application, we'll submit the
So-
application, we'll review it.
so the reallocation that you all requested was approved by council, the 8,020 for the Fishing with America's Finest and American Legion donation check.
All right,
But I want to confirm with you, Fishing with America's Finest 500 and American Legion 7,520 is still the amount.
yes. That's what we allocated last time.
Yes,
Yes.
We're not voting for that, that's just.
that's
Yeah.
just.
Oh,
the
yeah.
bill.
We already voted on that.
Information.
Okay, so I just need the W-9 from America's Finest, I don't know if you have the contact.
Yeah, we,
Under.
Ronald Green should be,
Yeah.
Ron Green, yeah, I think I.
But we have given them a lot, before the
Ron, I can reach out to Ron.
event.
if it's-
Do you have his number?
Yeah, I have his email, okay,
Okay.
so that's fine.
And then you need a W-9 from
What
the
about
American
Captain
Legion?
Real Star?
We should have it.
You should have it on file,
Right. since we're- Okay. Perfect.
all right? Anything else?
That's Neil Stark, right?
Yeah, and Ron Green too, yeah. Okay, Judy Day tree planting, how awesome was that?
Really nice, thank you guys, thank you.
That was so much fun.
I went by there, was three avocados.
The birthday party. The birthday.
And a birthday party. It was so much fun. We had all had a great time. All positive, no negative.
It's right there on the lake. Front page.
Yeah, got my front page.
Yeah, you already start signing, please. Pretty soon. All
We
right.
don't need my autograph. Oh.
Oh, that's good, get like a copy of the Lakers to sign it for us?
Yeah,
Sure. He's got one right there.
The Lakers covered? The Lakers covered it?
yeah.
Plus more.
Right in front.
About it.
Laker did a who's who on me.
Who's the one?
You didn't see it?
I didn't, I mean,
Today.
this
You
today?
want me to sign it? You want me to sign it?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You signed
Or we have to
it?
put like for the Veterans Committee.
And who's towards the back?
I'm in the picture.
You are the picture.
Yeah.
And the copy
Wow.
will be out there,
Sure.
right? Do we have
You know-
copies out there already?
Yeah, we have.
Judy, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with this is, I'm gonna try to put this in, they're making a time capsule for 25th anniversary. This is going to time. capsule.
That would be awesome.
That's right. So 25 years from now, when it's opening on the 50th anniversary. Nicole will be seeing it.
Yeah.
Nicole and Isabella.
Always check it.
Nicole and Isabella. Nicole and Isabella. and we'll see.
I'm not sure.
And then Judy.
Be live.
Yeah.
Let me know, let me know how it is. Drop me a note, I'll be in some, your facility.
We'll put it on a FaceTime.
That's right, FaceTime me at the old man, all right. Moving right along, veterans of Miami Lakes, site, I guess I want to meet with you, Isabella, and ask, what exactly we can do to move those stuff along.
Or company that has printed the banners, but they haven't gotten back to me asking about the proofs.
Okay.
That was to Jonathan's email, which I don't have access to. So it's just the images is what we need, right? So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I would talk about, continuity and turnover folders and stuff for an organization, but, not my monkeys, not my circus. So, Memorial Day recap. Again, I thought it was really, really positive.
Yes.
I thought it went very, very, very well.
How a lot of
Very
people call
solemn.
me and they say, thank you. They're very-
Yeah, I thought it was very solemn. Everyone did a great job. The speeches were good. It was a really, really good event.
The cookies were good.
The cookies.
And the cookies were hitting. You know how many police officers asked me about those cookies?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
They go over there and they tell me. I went by today and the lady said to me, a lot of people told me, "I'm going by."
And you said that on the record.
I'm gonna get pulled over on the way home. Let me tell you, I say it every year, your idea of adding, like, for every branch, that, the Congressional Medal of Honor,
Correct.
that is, like,
Yes.
Oh, that.
I mean,
That's the
you hear a
most
pin
amazing-
drop. You hear a pin.
it's the most
Everyone
amazing
just-
thing.
just
And
Listens.
You wanna read one?
And
Go look up Roy P. Benavides.
yeah.
Oh, I heard a podcast.
I haven't even read one of the Marine ones that I may put it next year. And the guy has a really unique name. And they read it to us at OCS, Officer Candidate School, Lieutenant Vogel. And what he did is amazing. I won't tell you, because when you hear it, you go, what? How's that even possible? How's that even possible? So, yeah, there's about 800 Congressional Medal of Honor winners from, the beginning of our nation. And, so we got, some of the older ones, pre-World War I, the Congressional Medal of Honor there was very few medals that they gave out. So one was a Congressional Medal of Honor. So you saw a lot of people get them. But once they started requiring it to be the highest award, like end of World War I and World War II, all of the wars. It's amazing. It's amazing. And you can hear, you literally can hear a pin drop as it's being read.
Benavides, read
Yeah. Okay,
it.
so Veterans Family Application Scholarship, but we already got the application status. 1 July is the cutoff date, and then we'll have a subcommittee to review the application. All right. New business, moving right along.
I sent you the W-9 for fishing, whether that is fine. It's in your email.
I haven't gotten it yet, but it's coming. It's coming.
Tree lady,
Well,
GSD,
that's why you have a tree.
GSD.
Yeah, picnic underneath that with your granddaughter.
Yeah.
All right, new business, the golf tournament. I need to go and brief the town council about it. What were we up to, Larry?
Pretty much status quo.
Okay, no
I have
changes.
the outline for what needs to be done. It's a lot. It's almost, it's like doing the
Reindeer run, it's fine,
Yeah.
it could be more.
yeah, got already a couple of commitments. I believe we have, 5 digits already coming in for contributions, just like that.
So when it's golf, you'll do it, but when it's a run, you won't. Okay, I get
Well,
it.
no, it's just, they just come to, they just come to.
Are
Yeah,
you talking about Alex? Because Alex did a lot with, wasn't it Alex? Who was the one that did the Coast Guard one, the Coast Guard tournament? If you're anybody did. You don't, it's one of the veterans that always comes and talks to us.
Julio.
but we need.
Yeah,
we need-
yeah.
one of the things-
Talk to Julio, he does the whole thing, like he
Julio.
knows.
One of the things I was hoping to do. and
That's the one
I
that sent you the-
was hoping to have yourself,
Meta.
maybe one of the town officials.
What
It was Julio that said it?
Maybe someone from the Grand.
One to you,
They're.
and the other one is to
100% behind it.
Lupe.
They wanna
No, you know,
know
look.
something within the
Okay.
town.
You know what,
I
I'll
knew
go
it
with this,
was-
I'll talk to Stu Wiley, the CEO. I run into him almost every week, Jim and
What's
I,
his last name?
so, yeah, I'll talk
Yeah, I
to
see
him,
it.
and also
Oh.
Andrea,
He has a new number.
Their
I sent it to
position
you.
is they're not gonna have very many, public, open events, outings like.
Yeah, he
towns
changed
have.
his.
Correct.
They're shooting for private
I think he made
memberships.
it 2 months.
Private memberships are priority tea times,
He has,
but he did acknowledge that they would.
I have like 4
He did
numbers.
acknowledge
well, I mean, what we can do is open it up to the members too.
No, it's Angel Vasquez, that
Oh,
is.
I
They wanna pay the money.
The idea is we wanna raise a lot. of money.
Yeah, they wanna,
I know it's also a court
I
guard.
bet you a lot of them will wanna play.
Oh, Julio, is it right?
Yeah, I'll talk to them, I'll talk to them.
Did you have a tentative date? I probably missed it. Did you have a tentative?
We
date yet?
don't have a date yet. They're gonna open in November.
Right,
And
yeah.
it's gonna be jammed when they open. But my hopes are that, if, here's what happens, we have got the reindeer run coming up in December. I know we don't wanna make this too close, the reindeer run, and have it run to Christmas. There's a good possibility you may have to wait, maybe a little bit,
That's what I'm thinking, February.
February, March.
February,
March.
possibly
March,
a good month.
Little more
But I'd like, I would like to shoot for being the first, public event, outing that the new golf course has. And I think that'd be something we could shoot for and we get a lot of publicity
So like
from it.
February or March, you're saying?
Yeah, I think February and March would be
Who
good.
owns the golf course now?
It's still owned by the Graham Company, but the management's done by another company.
All right,
I'm gonna
I'll-
start schmoozing up with them right now and get the first slot. Make it a big
Yeah, well,
deal, get with their PR, it's a big deal to have that. I mean,
yeah, I passed it
it's
to know
Great,
CEO and
yeah.
head of public relations.
So get in,
So
get in.
I'll talk to them.
Now, we're gonna be needing hole-in-one cars.
Okay, well, you know how I
We've
am.
got one, but we're hoping for more.
You,
Yeah, I have his number. Thank you. Thanks. I gave it to him already. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, do we want to pick a date, at least give us something on the
We really,
February or March, or do we think that's too premature, just to give us something to shoot?
well, I think February would be the perfect date to shoot for.
Yeah, on a weekday or a weekend?
It would have to be a weekday. Fred, I spoke to Fred about it, and he said that 2 weekends at golf courses aren't too, they really don't wanna do.
Right.
on the weekends. But he said that a Monday would probably be the best.
I love Fridays, like all the charity golf tournaments I've done to our Fridays.
We're open, and we have to.
Because
Yeah.
Monday's
We
tough.
got-
Yeah.
February
Yeah, Monday.
7th, the 21st.
Because I
14th.
did one on Mondays.
Well, how about we just shoot for February 21st? As it just,
That's a Saturday.
oh, I'm sorry, or 20th, I mean, 20th.
That's a Friday, okay.
Yes.
February 20th?
Yeah.
My birthday.
Is that your birthday? Okay, we'll sing happy.
So what's your birthday Saturday?
I recently went to the William B. Graham Golf Alley. And it was amazing. It was just a.
so
it
there is
was a
one
great
of
event.
the
Okay, so motion to, make a tentative date for February 20th for, the Veterans Golf fundraiser.
second.
Second by, all
Now
the.
it's gonna be a challenge, it's gonna raise some more money.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
My
Okay,
money's
here it
on
goes.
duty.
It's gonna be like West Side Story.
Didn't-
It's, yeah, it's.
Oh, it's after mine.
That's gonna be,
You're
this
out.
is gonna
I'll
be
put
going back.
that. Larry and Judy.
Giving you going at it.
Damn. With the knives.
Guys.
You guys are gonna bring all kinds of
Revenue
donations.
57,000.
57,000.
All right, the motion's on the
That's a
table
big
for
number.
February 20. All those in favor?
More.
Motion passes. Okay. Reindeer run. Hey Judy, when do we have to start subcommittee?
Yes.
I think we talked about that last time I was here in April. We can start it.
Oh,
So let's start it.
let's start with.
Do it again. Let's start it again.
Let's start it again. All right, so.
We have our
pick a date.
date.
You wanna pick a date for the,
Let's piggyback it with the next one of these, which really works great for me.
We have,
yeah,
Chair, we have a tentative date of December 13th.
for the next, that.
The reindeer run.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. That's in. December 13th is the run.
and so what we'll do is
You already
we'll
cleared it
piggyback, we'll piggyback
Basically,
the,
right?
They have it in their calendar.
we'll piggyback the, reindeer run subcommittees after or before this one?
Before, so that we can bring in anything that needs to vote to the committee.
Okay, is that being used as, you know, is it being used at 5:30 or 5?
We don't need long,
No, about a half,
at least, at the most.
maybe 6, yeah. Anywhere from 5:30 or 6,
Usually not.
okay.
I'm not gonna speak for every month, but from what I'm looking at.
Okay, so, I make a motion that we schedule the subcommittee meetings, and we start the subcommittee, about half an hour prior to the actual veterans meeting.
Second,
So at 6
yes.
on the Thursday of our meetings.
Yes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Then
It's
I'm
on-
gonna be on the subcommittee, who
We
else?
need a second.
Oh, yes.
You do it.
Hey, you slacking.
Yeah, I think the idea.
You already second, that's why they do it.
No, she said, she proposed it, she proposed it.
By second.
Okay, really, really? Do we need a second? We know. who-
I told you.
Thanks, Ed.
Gonna be on the subcommittee again?
Absolutely.
Thank
I
you,
stuck
Larry.
back.
I'll be honest.
You need-
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to join it? Thank you.
Alright. Good.
Alright.
Okay,
We
now
have 4 people on our subcommittee.
the budget.
Or
We need
reindeer
to
run.
do,
We just talk about at least started with the benefiting organization, because that will be on select people, just like up to you.
So we're
What-
gonna do 2,500 per scholarship
Yeah.
for the applicant, and that's gonna be based on number of qualified applicants.
Mhm.
And let's do the same percentages,
we're gonna do the same percentages as last
but do we
time.
need more money for the monument? Do we need to
I
allocate?
think we need to do allocate more money. I think what we should do is maybe just decide that we're only gonna give one scholarship now per year, $2,500.
Oh.
You know,
One scholarship.
yeah, so I'd like to
$2,500.
make a motion that we just from now on allocate just one scholarship per year.
So how do we, what if we
$2,500.
have 3 applicants, what do we do with them? How do we pick the one that gets it? What-
Which one you
If
choose?
they all qualify, how do we?
No, you would, that's the fairest way. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You're not joking?
Why would I be joking for that? No. Correct.
you know, I mean, I think, you know, the criteria I would use is have they previously received? You know, and then I'll look at the veteran service, right? You know, if we're talking about combat veteran, they'll probably get priority to a non-combat veteran, you know, if we're talking about a Purple Heart recipient veteran, they'll probably get priority to, you know, we'll just,
So do we need
criteria
to set the
to pick
rules of these in this
Yeah.
school? Yes.
yeah, we're gonna
Because
set-
if you're gonna allow for reapplications this year, but not next year, because it's one scholar, there's gonna be, you have to get the language. during the
Yeah.
point.
You'll get the language down?
yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
I'll bring it to the next meeting.
Okay,
Alright, so as far as like how we're dividing it, so 2,500
for one scholarship.
on scholarship, and what's the Veterans Park is what percentage?
We did this last time. Hold on.
And can it not just be the Veterans Park?
No, we're gonna, it's gotta be also maybe to the 1.4.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
American Legion, yeah.
Yeah, I got all the stuff.
The American Legion,
And then-
our Veterans Park, I just need the percentages.
Do you think
Yeah.
25% to Veterans Park and 75% to American Legion? That's after the 2,500 is taken out or whatever the final proceeds are?
After the 25.
No,
I don't.
we need more for the park, the other way around.
More to the park
Yeah,
and less to the
more to the park.
Legion?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The park's gonna be.
75% to the Park and 25% to the American Legion
Yes,
and 2,500 for one scholarship.
yes,
I love it.
okay. So Judy made a motion for 75% for the park, 25% for the American Legion, $2,500
For one scholarship.
for one scholarship. Second
Second.
by the.
All
All those in favor?
Alright, so
Okay,
that's under the budget line, the new business budget line, or item, right?
yes,
The item stays for the next fiscal year, so yeah, that would apply for the next one.
So but this is going under that, under.
This is under Reindeer Run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is still.
We're still in Reindeer Run.
what other organizations do we have to? You worried about it, do we need to do anything else for the budget?
Is that okay?
I also have the benefiting organization, and she said schedule of registration discounts, those are the two things she wanted me to bring up.
Right.
Reindeer Run.
Schedule registration?
Yeah, I've got a
You
question.
have last.
Whole
Yeah.
Reindeer Run.
Like on the reindeer one, of course it funds, it draws money, but initially we have to lay out money for different things. Carry the money, let people receive the contributions.
Right.
When we do the golf tournament, we basically do the same thing. We'll have initial outlay, and then once the sponsors come in, that'll be reimbursed. And how does that work as far as your bookkeeping?
Well, what I'm hoping is that we get some sponsors to do the seed money for for the golf tournament, you know what I mean? So,
So any money that this committee would do, they can get donation checks to the committee afterward, but the committee would have to motion for a certain amount to be allocated for the golf tournament,
Well, that's
right? Because you're
Yeah.
saying if the committee has to pay before the sponsorship.
certain
money.
things you do, like
Right.
example, you need to deposit on the golf course.
Mhm.
Certain things have to be done initially.
Right.
I don't know what those amounts are going to be, but it's going to be.
The council will most likely ask you, how much money is the committee willing to put down for the golf tournament? Because it's a new initiative, so they're always, the number one question is always gonna be the cost.
When will you need an estimate on it?
But it's when I imagine you wanna go to the golf tournament before your next, I think you go in October next, right? So I imagine you want.
yeah, I'm gonna try to see, I'm gonna try to, when I run through, we're
Okay, so
talk to them about it. And we'll see what it gives us as far as pricing goes. So,
And there's a lot of other things that would be, for example, with the, I know now's not the time for that, but there's going to be, there's food, there's tents, there's all sorts of.
yeah,
projects.
what you need to do is you need to scope out all the items that we're gonna.
I think I've given you an itemized list of everything that needs to be done.
I sent you
Is that
Angel's
costing? I
contact
don't
too.
know, but I've already done.
Okay,
Where I sent you Angel's contact, who does that golf, the other Angel's contact, he'll help you.
yeah,
I would definitely send a copy of him.
Excellent.
He's good.
yeah,
You know-
that way, I mean, if you deal with somebody who's done it before, it'll save you a lot.
I sat with Fred for 2 hours.
Right.
Fred's on several, Fred's on the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay,
Fred's also instrumental in the brand company.
Your husband's golf lesson sponsor too. I'm sure you will.
all right,
So I have for discounts, the discount schedule from last year and pre-registration is $25 until September 30th. And then early bird is $30 for all of October. And then it goes to $35 from 11/1 to race day. Do you guys want to do that again? Is that okay? I'll make a motion to do that.
Sure, a second.
Thank you, Pedro.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Job so easy, everybody else.
It was fair.
So pre-registration is 25 until 9:30.
When does it open up?
Early bird, hopefully soon, but
Okay.
it's a little too soon, I think. Early bird is 30. Till 10:31. Registration is 35,
Now,
11/1 to race.
at least the vice mayor says that he's trying to get some of the council members themselves to run it along with the mayor, so, and they're gonna try to do a fundraising competition.
Nice.
So I will force hold him to that promise that he's made publicly at least twice.
Are we gonna do, I mean, we can work out one more detail while we're at it. Do you wanna work out the categories, the same race categories as we did?
I think
This
so.
time, we'll make sure that Ruben knows that it's the right.
That's right,
Yeah, we
that's
had a
right.
problem with
Remember, we had a problem with that?
We had a
We
problem with
forgot a
that.
kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Those ribbons were nice, but the little trophies were nice too. They were kind
I
of-
don't, I like the ribbons, I don't.
Ribbons are so cool.
Ribbons were
Different
perfect.
color, gold band, and all that stuff. They were
I
so.
like
nice.
mine, I mean, I proudly display it.
I'll buy you one.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like the champ of his division.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I didn't have any.
Tim.
No,
Yes.
everybody.
Hey, that's not that
That's the reason. That's the
reason.
He's in the Highlander
I would
category.
rather just
There can only be one.
the American Legion than more trophies. I think trophies are, people are minimalists now. They don't want all that stuff.
His age is Highlander. You got 60 to 70, and then there's Highlander. All right,
Do you wanna,
yeah.
I'll make a motion to
Yes.
have the same race categories, 8 age race categories with male/female separate.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yeah, it's eight categories, and then you have a top 3 for each age.
The
category.
transgenders aren't allowed to run in green female.
But let's don't start that.
Let's start.
Don't start. Plus you have your own Highlander.
Okay, I think that's enough to work out for today on that. Thank you.
You're moving? Anyone second?
Yes.
Hey,
Pedro.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The next Veterans Committee meeting is on July 3rd, so
Okay,
then that would be the next. So,
is that gonna be okay with everybody with the 4th of July the next day? Everybody's
that's
cool
what
with
I
that?
wanted to.
I will not be here.
I'll be some. Is it excuse?
Yeah, you're excused.
Like her, I'll be at the baseball game, but no, I'll be here, but.
Sure.
I'll give you the
Yeah.
others.
Because it's
Is
6:30.
Yes,
Oh,
but
I-
if you want to.
At
That Thursday,
We'll be
so if
back
you're
at
gonna be
six.
out of town.
Nothing.
No, it's that, 4th of July is run by the,
Total affairs.
Cultural Affairs Committee does 4th of July.
I know, but in the past, Gary's,
Yeah, that's the American Legion. We'll
Yeah.
deal with that with the American Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to, interject, do you want to get, a booth or some, for the 4th of July? No,
No, what we're probably gonna do is we normally,
we'll
get,
go with him, we'll go with him,
we get the Gary Cardenas Pavilion.
right, I usually work with him.
Yeah, and so we're gonna do that, but I think we wanna do that later so we can, instead of doing it earlier, the barbecue, as we normally do, let's do it much later. let's do it evening.
Anyway, we talked about that.
Yeah, last time,
up with the money.
yeah. So, yeah, we
We
got
won't
that, that's definition.
Catering.
Yeah, it's better to pay.
Who can make it on this, on the 3rd, so we know we have quorum?
I can. Okay.
Can't.
To-
Oh,
Can, somebody,
can. Oh, you
can,
say
yes,
can.
can. Yes, can.
Can.
I won't be,
You won't.
I'll tell you why I won't be.
No, you don't have to tell me why.
right there, young back.
Yeah.
Can you be here for the 3rd?
One,
You're not sure?
Maybe move it to, I can do Tuesday, I'm not gonna be in the country.
No, it's, I think we'll have quorum. I'm gonna be absent. Who else is gonna
We
be?
need 5, we need
Yeah.
5 people.
For the subcommittee?
No.
Oh, for the
committee.
meeting, it's the same day.
Yeah, because I take the people to the Marlins.
Yeah.
I'll be
Let's-
back by
let's-
4 o'clock. so-
Maybe we move it. Since
Okay.
Nobody, we're not gonna have quorum. What else you got?
Tuesday.
You want the next Thursday or
Ninth I could do.
there's 2 committee meetings on the. There's
10th?
nothing on the 10th right now.
I can do the 10th.
Make it.
The 10th? How about the 10th? That's a
10th
Friday.
sounds great. And, yes?
Yes,
I should be here. Yeah.
okay.
At 6:30 and then
That's a
subcommittee at
question.
6.
Yes, please.
So it's gonna be the 10th?
So July the 10th?
Yes.
Right, so motion.
It's a Friday?
Motion-
Thursday.
Veterans Committee meeting,
6:30, second,
the subcommittee meeting will be at 6.
Yeah,
6:30 or 6 o'clock?
6 for the subcommittee and 6:30 for you guys.
Still excused, right? And the regular meetings.
All right.
We're on the record.
You're still excused. Even though we're not having a meeting. All those in favor? Okay. Any other issues, any other items to discuss?
Yes. I
Yes, sir.
need a shirt.
Oh, you sure? All right.
Okay.
Let Isabella know your size.
Well, we have to do a motion to pay for the shirt. So we have to reopen the
Okay.
additions, referrals, added to the agenda. Who's not on there right now?
Okay, so I want to make a motion to reopen addition deferrals on the agenda,
The order is-
Nine D, 9D.
seconded by Mr. Cardenas, all those in favor?
Aye.
And I'd like to make a motion to add an item 9D on shirts. Seconded by Diallo,
Check.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Are we
Mr.
gonna order-
James, just get with us about the Larry's right?
Are we gonna be ordering these new shirts?
No, I still got the same one.
But what we
We're
do,
still
when
nine.
the time comes, and I hope it's not too long, I'd like to get the proper placement of flag when the colonel is on there. The right foot, not the left.
Okay,
That's why I did this one myself.
Is that right, or?
Well, I mean, it could be, you said it could be on any sort, but normally it was on the right side, but that's okay.
That's all these
So
are.
as long as it's
Right, so
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
yeah,
a
yeah.
shirt, right?
Yes.
We passed,
We put 9C, we're still on
we're
9C
still
on
on
the budget.
PC, we haven't got to shirt.
Okay,
Okay,
well, that's the budget.
yes,
What's left
so,
over?
this is for the next fiscal year, so any needs, wishes that the committee would like to ask for,
Shirts.
No, they have, isn't there shirts somewhere? Doesn't somebody have a bunch of shirts?
Yeah, they're all the old style.
They're the one I got. They're not old, but there's a new.
yeah, they're
No,
not.
they're the possessive.
No, they're not.
They're like that.
They're like
Okay.
mine. I just don't have mine right now.
No, I think I have a couple,
You see
So I'll
the
bring-
women's and medium?
I'll bring them in.
Can we get new shirts?
Why?
Oh, I
Because
mean,
you need them, they can't wear them, and they, they. Order them and they.
When you go.
I mean, they change, I only wear them to the, so. I mean,
so let me bring in the shirts I have.
Yeah, bring
These
the you
were
have. See what you
outside.
have.
I don't think so. I mean, I got
You have a large
I only have
again, or
weird
medium?
sizes now. I just got weird
Okay,
sizes.
bring them all next year.
Medium,
Put it in.
medium.
oh, yes.
I only got like.
Veterans Day with the parade, yes.
Okay.
So, we'll get to that.
Yeah, but that's what I.
Okay.
So for wishes and stuff, are we all good now for, like, when we need to pay or give the gift to the people that sing national anthems or do things at our events?
Oh, do we have to move money?
Move one?
I thought the email,
For
I
that.
thought your email said that was not 55, it was like 55 and change.
It was, yes, there was an additional like 95 cents
Oh my.
for each gift card. I gave them the gift card, but yes, to re-amend the emotion,
Right.
95 cents,
Yeah.
yeah.
55.95.
Yes, it's a motion for 55 instead of the.
Okay. And
I'm just,
Someone gonna make that motion?
well, I think don't we have to make that motion?
Yeah.
Move the
Amend
money?
the motion.
Yeah, so we need to amend that
We're-
motion.
Thankfully, the original motion covered, but yes.
It didn't cover 95 cents. So
It's-
times
I
three,
would-
times
I
times
would
three.
approve the additional money.
Okay, so I make a motion to amend the motion on $55 to make it 55.95.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Diallo.
Mhm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And that covered
Every,
maps.
The singer.
Singer.
Tax honorarium, Mr. Guzman got one, and then also for Judy Day, the national anthem singer, so it was 4 gift cards.
thank you.
Thanks for So since we're re-amending, we also have to re-amend the banners, since it came out originally the VC. You're gonna get the money back because the donation, but, so it's 9,438.
So. What's the motion that we need to do?
So the original, remember, because we.
We authorized the
motioned for less
expenditure.
banners, right, so now it was more banners, so now the new amount, the one that I sent you in the invoice is the 9,438.
Okay,
Out of banners, the line item.
okay. So. Motion is to approve the actual cost of 9,000, whatever, $438. For the banners that were hung up.
Second.
By Mr. Diallo.
The installation
Yeah.
removal.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And when you have a
Any other
chance, go by
budgetary
the
issue we
parks
need to
in
cover?
Judy Street,
As
in
mango.
our house.
Has mangoes?
No, avocado, sorry.
Our house.
Okay, so for the next
That's
fiscal
what-
year,
that's
you
what we don't
requested
see at the
shirts,
time.
how much money are you kind
Allocating for shirts?
of, yes.
How much are these shirts?
That's always a.
Oh.
Well, the veterans is a bit more because it has additional like embroidery and patches, let's see if I can find a quote somewhere.
Where's everything in? Here's a. I can assure you, it's a close to $40.
What?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
all the embroideries.
Zing,
We go,
we
pay more
It's
than.
Go to
government,
the-
it's government
The
contract.
20 and the 20, we'll get them
I
for
pay
5.
25%.
Yes,
For the ones
I
for our
know.
post, which is all embroidery.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say they're actually around $50.
Yeah.
Embroidery, USA flag, the Veterans Committee letters, Veterans Committee logo, right? Yeah. And then the shirt itself with the Miami Lakes. And then, shipping costs.
So, I said we allocate about $200 for shirts. That's 4 shirts, right? 8 shirts. 4 shirts is like what?
200
yeah,
bucks.
200 bucks.
Four
Yeah.
shirts, $200. How many are in the committee?
Well, how many people actually need
Well, the
shirts?
fun-
I don't need any.
I don't need.
I don't need
I
a
don't need
shirt.
any. I don't need any.
I'd like.
But,
It's, you need- I mean,
Now, if you're gonna change colors.
Remember from.
Yeah, the way you-
It's blue.
This is your budget, if you're asking for extra money for something, this is kind of the time to ask. I can't guarantee.
What do
it,
the other
but-
committees do as far as shirts? How often do they replace them?
I mean, my committees only really order shirts if they have new members. None of them have really replaced any shirts.
They give it to, every 4 years.
I can get you per.
We bought our other church about maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
2 or 4 years.
So he's got it,
That's
we
best.
ordered,
So we're a shirt for him.
and that's it. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Okay.
I mean, I'll look to see if my leftover shirts, whatever I have, and see if they work for those who are current members, and if they don't, then we'll.
Judy doesn't have a shirt.
You don't have a shirt at all, Judy?
It's very tight.
Okay. All right, so,
I'd like to try to sign them.
okay, so let's.
Yeah, I do.
Judy- Let's get
These
Judy,
days when I'm doing that.
let's get Judy and,
Last is
Mr. James.
I've been working out.
Sure.
Got big
Okay.
So I want to make a motion to approve expenditure of up to $150, because I'm sure.
Yeah.
Worth it, but,
I think you're gonna have one at how that's gonna fit me.
yeah, for the new shirts for Mr. James and Judy.
You
Can I have a second?
Second,
Mr. Biaio, all those in favor?
I,
Okay, so sizes, they're like men's shirts usually,
Large.
large, how about you, Judy?
I think we're medium and women's.
You don't want, I not to say.
No, they're women's.
Has first.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
ordering.
All my shirts.
She's got a woman's one on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there's a woman's.
And they runs
One.
yeah, they're
smaller
running.
than the men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me see what he has though, because I think we have. He's got
Okay,
a pile of
so
shirts.
I'll hold off.
Yeah,
on
don't
any
order
shirt
that, yeah.
orders
But
till
we
next
just approved
meeting.
it just in case I can't find,
Okay, so next meeting, we'll look for the shirt.
Well,
Okay.
the rest of the budget. $1 million.
What else, anything else on the budget?
It's up to you, needs, wants, that's the committee,
Oh.
right, any asks, I can help them.
Can I tell you how this council meeting goes? I'll tell you how it goes, because I've done this already a few times. I show up with these asks, and they all smile at me nicely, and they say no.
Thank you for asking.
So, I think one of the things about our committee, because of the reindeer run, because of donations we get, is we're pretty much self-funded. In
Yes.
fact, we give the town money for the Veterans Monument, so. I can't imagine what, especially in this fiscal environment, with the town trying to, put on this 25th anniversary party bash December, that there's gonna be any extra money at all.
That's gonna be December 7th, right?
What was our budget last year?
Bill. Bill. You wanna give me let me know which type you want, I can get a quote from the vendor I use for. But I don't think like.
Well, I
27,
think the
28.
thing is, it has to be the town has the contract with the vendor, because it's the town thing. The town money.
For shirts, we use Permatex, but if you wanna do a different vendor, we would need like W9 and have to.
Oh, yeah,
put
no,
the system and all
it's-
that, right?
it's-
So we would still use a different vendor, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you can use a different vendor.
Really?
You're not,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not
We're
stuck
not
with-
locked in with the town's vendor?
no, I mean, I can double check
Yeah,
what I'm
check on
telling
that,
you,
check on
but
that.
you can. for
Because if
sure.
you have a
We'll get 2
contract.
shirts for the price.
It just works with the company because they already have all your logos digitized and they have.
No, I'm just saying.
He knows.
check-
I know how I
He
use
knows
it.
the shirt, so.
I use it a lot.
He just.
Yeah,
he just
knowing
wanna know.
government contracts, they tend to be exclusive. So you should check this out, so you don't run afoul with that.
So the amended budget for 2024, 2025 was. Oh, let's see.
$10.50.
Mhm.
The rest we raised.
No, 103, 746.
One,
103, 746.
$103.74.
$746, no cents. They don't do cents.
so $746 was our budget?
No, 103,
100,
746.
103,000.
okay, so
Yeah.
that was our budget for last
The
year,
amended budget, yes, from that.
so they're the same, right?
Right. Well, it also depends on what comes in from 5K, but
Or October.
Oh, no, but what was our
No,
ask?
that's-
I'm sorry.
No, well, I know what he's saying.
What was our
How
ask
much
for
we
the
had to-
town?
oh, how much you asked? That would be in the notes of, okay. The adopted budget for you all was 15,000,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
So
That's
that,
That's 50.
and then the amended one with 5K was the 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us.
But that's
So
funny
I
that
don't know
that's
what
in
you
it.
asked for last year, but
Well, let's ask for the same thing.
Yeah,
$50,000.
Yeah, that's.
That's-
So then, I mean,
Maybe a little.
Well, 20, I would say
little
20,
more.
20,
No, because,
30.
inflation.
There you go.
Yeah.
I would ask for double.
Hey,
then cut it
yeah,
down.
they cut us down, we still get the 15.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right,
Let's do 30.
All right, I like
Come
that.
on, Bill, sell it.
Some seed money.
Yeah, I'll sell it. I'll do it once more time. One more time into the breach, I'll go.
We need to make it 20.
30, man.
No, we're gonna ask for 30.
30
And then,
It was
There was
50.
nothing.
no, I'm gonna go 30 and then what's gonna,
There was.
we're on the record, aren't we?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna go for 30 because I think we deserve that money.
Yeah.
We need seed money for the tournament.
We need seed money for the golf tournament,
Yeah.
you know, and
When does
down my
that happen
place,
again? When does that happen?
you give us money, we'll make you money.
June
Right.
17th?
We
I
can't,
think the
we
deadline-
can't, we
Okay,
can't.
so
For this.
Okay.
asking for an additional, how
But yeah,
much?
motion on the table is for an additional $15,000 to double our budget. So we can have seed money for the tournament, which will probably make the
For the
town
first annual golf tournament.
first annual
Right,
golf tournament.
Perfect.
A
Take
lot
on.
of money.
When you go to
So
the
we
other
have a vote on where that money goes?
No.
Well, let's see, once we actually
Yeah.
have them.
Let's get it.
Once we see if we get it.
Yes.
Golf tournament hasn't gone before council.
Oh,
yet,
so we didn't even have it approved.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we have to ask now, right?
You ask now,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
well,
They'll
they might do it, they
Oh,
might
yeah.
not.
they'll prove it.
Pretty sure they probably
They
take it
can
down.
always take it away. but-
From today, they probably take it down, they
Yeah.
probably give you.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
I'm just saying
Or
since
maybe
this
the
is an ask for the
Okay.
budget.
Yeah, motion on the table is for $30,000, an increase of 15,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seconded by Mr. Pio. All those in favor?
Uh,
All right,
You should ask for 50.
No, stop.
No, don't be too.
okay, next item.
Destroy the
Try to
credibility.
stay under the hour. Oh, that was the last item.
No,
Oh,
the shirts.
the shirts, we have the
Yeah,
motion.
kind
for
of like
$150.
mushed together.
$250.
The motion
$150.
was $150.
Yeah, that passed already.
All right, so that's 90.
Yeah, that motion was supposed to.
Okay,
Okay.
motion to adjourn?
Second.
Yeah.
And we gotta put like.
That
yeah,
time is 19:26.
I need a few more. Give me, how do I get on?